EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. The Ravens on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Flacco from the gun. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd went to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Here's Curley. Oh, and now he bowls him over. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now Hoyer. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 24 yards. And in this weather, I know you weren't a quarterback, you were on the defensive side of things, but how hard is it to throw that football?
It can't be easy because you never know how the moisture is going to affect things, and each quarterback handles it differently. Some of them are a little bit better than others. Depends on whether we're wearing a glove, not wear a glove, how cold is it, all those things go into it. But it goes to everything else. Keeping your footing when you're running routes. Supposedly you have the advantage as a receiver because you know where you're going. But that's not easy as well. Finally, just locating the ball when it finally comes through the snow. Kids love snow. Players, not so much at times.
Carlos Hyde was the target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach, and incomplete. They'll go play action with Hyde. Now it's Hoyer. Rush coming, and he's taken down. C.J. Mosley in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Hoyer off the play fake for Williams. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And the Ravens taking the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. Finds his man, Watson, over the middle. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Now West, and some room to roam now. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
And that's something that's been lacking in Baltimore's running game the last few seasons, the ability to really hit on a big run.
Last year, their longest run was just 41 yards all season, 4 yards per carry near the bottom of the league. Even score late in the fourth. Let's see if the defense can play within themselves, not give up the big play and contain, and keep this knotted up. They'll run it with West. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Partner, I think a lot of people thought that Baltimore would draft at least one runner. In fact, they didn't take any skill position players in the draft. So I think a lot's still going to fall on Terrence West.
Well, he did have over 1,000 yards from scrimmage last year, a career high. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Flacco off play action. And he's got a man on the crossing route. That's Macklin. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Flacco to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Eric Armstead in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Here's West. And a short gain here down to the 22. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. The Ravens on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. A first carry for the vet, Danny Woodhead. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Now the 49ers going to take another timeout. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Now then, it's a big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th. But, Charles, there is still time left for a final drive.
Brandon, you know they would have liked to take the clock down just a little bit further, at least under a minute or so, but this was not over yet, especially since they just need a field goal.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect.
No. Check. Patriot.
He's back to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's McDonald. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 6 there on first. They'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. That burst good for 20 and a first down. And the spike comes now with just under 40 ticks left. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Back to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Let's go. 3-19.
to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Chris Wormley in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Ravens are looking like they're going to come away with a victory. Well, you feel the excitement build on those fourth down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on fourth down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on fourth down. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. To a knee goes Flacco, and that should be it. Well, partner, there's something special about a game in the snow. Just always fun in these elements, although a little chillier up here in the open-air booth. The only thing that's not fun is that we got the mid-game notification that our flight was canceled tonight, but we'll deal with that later. It was really a fun game to watch, though.
It was, and there is something special about games played in the snow because the element of surprise really kicks in. You don't know how they're going to handle the ball, if someone's going to make a dramatic play just out of nowhere, and all of a sudden it just changes the course of things. But a big shout out to our crew to make sure that we were comfortable up here, as comfortable as one could be. In these elements, they took care of us and made sure we were dressed properly.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. And we'll get ready for the trek back to the city as we say so long from Santa Clara.
What a great city it is. We're going to have a blast tonight.